What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to your bi-weekly general reading. This reading is general in the sense that it can resonate to absolutely anything, any situation in your life, whatever is going on right now. I'm not focused on anything in particular. I'm not asking for any situations. I'm not saying, hey, give me a love read like it was last read. I'm saying, hey, universe, whatever Capricorn needs to know right now, whatever situation they need advice on right now, let's read that. Okay, so that's what this can be on. So it can resonate to literally anything. It could be a continuation of your love read from last week. It could be a situation about your family. It could be a situation about your job. It could be a situation about your dog. It could be a situation about your brother, mother, sister, whoever, right? Whatever. So take it how it resonates. Remember, these are general readings also in the sense that there are a shit ton of Scorpios. Somebody's dealing with Scorpio. Shit ton of Capricorns in the world. So it might not resonate to everyone. It probably won't. If it did, then I would be the best tarot reader in the world. But sorry, it don't work like that. Anyway, I hope it resonates. This could resonate to your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you don't know what those are, there's a link in the description that'll take you to a website that'll tell you what your signs are. You just enter in all the information on the website, click submit, it'll bring you to a chart. Chart will say your sun, moon, and then all the other planets. And those are your corresponding signs. As far as your rising sign, it won't say rising. It will say ascend or ascending or ASC, something like that. Look for that. That is your rising sign. So you can go watch those videos. They might resonate as well. If your rising sign is, say, a Cancer, go watch Cancer video. It may It may resonate as well. Okay? So, 2 more shuffles. What's going on with them caps? Them Capricorns. That did not work at all. That's better. Okay. All right, coffee time. All right, so Capricorn, whatever's going on in this current situation, you're not fighting anymore. You're laying down the wand. You're not fighting. You have 7 of Wands in reverse, so it's like 7 of Wands is defending your standpoint, defending the rock, being like, nope, no one's getting up on this rock. This is my rock. I am defending myself. Stop it. Yeah. You're not fighting for it anymore. Whatever the situation is. Maybe you're not fighting for it. Maybe you're not fighting against it, right? And what's opposing that, though, is the King of Swords in a reverse, which can be talking about thinking irrationally, thinking illogically, or like acting and thinking illogically, whatever. But it can also be being very cold and detached from the situation. Maybe there's a situation that like you're distancing distancing yourself from, but you're not cutting it off, right? Because upright, like I kind of see it as like the cutting it off card, or one of the cutting it off cards. And the reverse is like you're deciding like you're gonna distance yourself and you're gonna be cold and detached, but like you're not gonna cut it off, right? Also, let me just throw this out there. It's a general reading, so I don't know what the fuck this is about. Okay, that's the biggest thing I'm gonna say right now. Don't know what the fuck it's about, so I'm just reading the cards. Okay, I'm not gonna try and give you scenarios on what it is because I did that in earlier videos and the videos were like stupid long and I was drained as fuck by the end of it and I was confused as hell in it and probably confused a bunch of other people. So I'm just gonna read the cards, apply it to your situation, whatever it sounds like it's dealing with, that's what it's about. Okay, cool, glad we had to start. Anyway, so you're not fighting for a situation, or the situation's not fighting for you, whatever. You're being cold and detached, but you're not cutting it off, right? You might be like in your head, and I think you are. I think you're acting a little illogically and irrationally just because you're driving factor down here. But anyway, in the past, ooh, dude. I think in like your love reading last week, because this might be a love situation for someone, in your love read last week, the Knight of Swords was in there. I'm pretty sure, because there's a certain Capricorn, you know who you are, broski. We got a special handshake. You know who you are. And it's saying that that's in your past, right? Okay, whatever. I think it was there. I could be completely wrong. But so in your past here, you have the Knight of Swords, which is like fast moving energy. It's like rushing in. It's like you're not thinking of a plan. You're just jumping in. Okay. And you just want to go, 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 go. You don't care how this affects anything. You're just full send, right? Which never ends well. And that's hysterical because, again, with that same person, bro, you know what happens full send. Oh, man, that's too funny. Anyway, so your goal here is the Three of Swords in a reverse. It's like releasing heartbreak, or like releasing the pain of whatever the situation caused, or like the pain that this situation caused, right? Again, this doesn't have to be a love reading. It might be a love reading for some, but it doesn't have to be for everyone. But overall, your goal here is to release the pain and the suffering from this because it's putting you, or because you're emotionally imbalanced here, right? The King of Cups in reverse is emotional imbalance. It could be like also like drinking a lot. For anybody that's doing that, careful with that. It's not good. You won't get over this pain by drinking. Trust me. But so yeah, like you feel like emotionally out of whack, very overly emotional, acting on your emotions instead of like acting with logic. And that's what the King of Swords in reverse is saying too. Like you're not thinking logically, you're not thinking rationally, like, which isn't good. Like you're acting on your emotions and it's not good. It's hurting you. And that's why you're trying to get over this pain and suffering because you know that you're all out of whack, right? So in your near future, you have Two of Swords, which is weighing out your options. It's like weighing the pros and cons of a situation, right? All right, what are you scared of? Oh my God. This again was in the Capricorn reading last week. Okay. Okay. So this is the first time where I'm like looking at the Two of Swords and I was only drawn to the moon. Okay, I saw it in my peripherals that it's the Two of Swords, but I'm only drawn to the moon. The moon card in tarot talks about fears and illusions, right? So like you're weighing something out, and that's just a message for somebody. Somebody is afraid or somebody's fearful of something, and like that's why they're weighing this out because they don't know how to like move forward on this, right? So Two of Swords is you're just weighing out the pros and cons. Like what do I do? Like which sword do I pick, right? That's your near future. So you're going to be weighing out what you want to do. Your internal energy is the Queen of Pentacles. I want to say, first thing that came to mind was like right away, like you're being kind to yourself in this situation, or you're being kind to the situation. The Queen of Pentacles is like a nurturing mother. Like she's like cradling this pentacle, which is like a stable offer or situation, whatever. Like she's cradling it and like she's nurturing it because she wants to see it grow and flourish, right? So that's what you're doing. And I have a feeling for somebody, you're doing that to yourself. Like you're like, I need to like cradle myself. I need to nurture myself right now because I'm emotionally out of whack. So I'm just trying to nurture myself here, right? Now, external to you, there's a disconnect. There's some sort of big disconnect, and so you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So whether this is a person or a situation, there's a disconnect. There's something you are disconnected to and distant from, right? I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be distant, but there's a disconnect, plain and simple. Okay, so your hope here is the Nine of Swords. What the fuck, Capricorn? Nine of Swords is the like depression card. Depression, anxiety, keeping you up at night, like that shit, right? You playing mind games with someone where like, or something where like you're trying to make somebody feel depressed. If you are, that's some sinister shit, bro. But yeah, your hope is the Nine of Swords. If it was in the reverse, it'd be like, okay, you want to get over this like depression, anxiety, and like I would get that. But it's in the upright. It's like you're hoping that someone or something. What the fuck is that? Why is that the first time I'm noticing that? Okay. I think that was the easiest I've ever picked up a card off this table. Awesome. You probably can't see it there. But you see, that's a person
attacking somebody who's on the ground. Like, he has a sword in his hand. You can't see it.
But, like, that's somebody, like, lunging forward to, like, attack somebody that's already, like, beaten down. Maybe that's what you're hoping to do, because I was drawn to that, too. And I've literally never seen that on this card, ever. Maybe, like, your hope is to, like, strike them while they're down and, like, really just, like, hurt the situation, or hurt the person. I say the situation because I don't know if it's a person. Yeah, okay. Okay, take that how it resonates. I don't know. But yeah, your hope is the Nine of Swords. Like, keep somebody up at night. Like, I want to say, like, be the aggressor and, like, the one who's, like, winning. Like, you know, like, when you argue with someone and, like, you get so mad that you're like, fuck this. Like, I'm going to beat them down. Like, really, like, destroy them in this argument so that, you know, they're up at night thinking about this constantly, right? Like, that's kind of how I feel with this, is like you're trying to just, like, beat someone, or like you're trying to hurt someone so much that, like, it keeps them up at night, or like something like that. I don't know.
Or maybe it's vice versa.
Like, somebody did that to you, so, like, you're trying to, like, get revenge on them and, like, pay them back. Like, hey, like, maybe that's what that image is. Like, somebody really hurt you, so now you're just like, nope, I want you to be up all night thinking about this. Maybe, like, maybe that's one thing. Like, somebody really hurt you, and, like, you're like, I want you to be up all night thinking about this now. I want you to feel like shit because you did that to me. Like, I don't know. Whatever. That's your hope. Not going to beat that anymore because I don't know. But that was interesting that, like, that popped out. Or, like, that is something I noticed for the very first time I've ever seen in this card. But okay, your fear, though, is the Ten of Swords, which is kind of, this is like betrayal. Like, it's like your guy was stabbed in the back 10 times. Like, he's clearly kind of dead on the ground, you know? Like, you're afraid of that. You're afraid of this situation. Like, it's also a 10, so that's completion. Like, you're afraid of, like, this ultimate betrayal, like, this, like, backstabbing, this pain, this, like, distraught, horrible feeling. Like, and again, swords are mental energy, so, like, it's just like, mental anguish. Like, you're terrified of that. But realize with the 10 starts to cycle over, so you go back to the 1 or the ace, right? Yeah, that's just your fear. There's not much more else to say with that. Your outcome here is the Chariot in reverse, though, which is, like, stopping all fronts. Like, you're not pushing something forward anymore. You're not letting something go forward anymore. Or maybe something's not being let go forward anymore. Like, the situation is coming to a halt. It's being delayed. It's being stopped. There's resistance to it. Like, whether it's on purpose or because of the situation or somebody's putting you in that situation that it's coming to a stop, I don't know. But it's a card of, like, no forward movement. It's not going forward. It's stopping. Okay? Now, under the deck, which is the undertone of the reading, is the Ace of Wands, which is, like, a new beginning, starting fresh, starting over. Like, that's like what the whole undertone of the reading is, like, starting something fresh, starting something new, sprouting a new idea, like, something like that. Maybe it's like you are putting this situation to a halt because you want to start something else. Like, maybe, right? And your advice here is strength in reverse. And I think that's trying to say, like, it's okay to be emotional, right? Strength in reverse can be, like, talking about raw emotions. It can also talk about something, like, draining you and something, like, really upsetting you, or, like, you don't have the strength in a situation. But being it's your advice, I think it's saying, like, you don't have to always be strong. You can be emotional. You can let these emotions, like, hit you, right? And if your goal is to get over this heartbreak or, like, this pain and upset, whatever it is, because it's three of swords, if your goal is to release that and get past that because you're all out of whack emotionally, Maybe it's because you need to like let down your guard and let yourself be upset and let yourself be emotional, right? It's healthy, trust me. Like, I used to fucking hide that shit. I used to try and, like, if I felt like I was gonna cry, I'd be like, no, men don't cry. Right? Fuck that. I cry all the time now. I mean, not all the time, but, like, if it comes, it comes. I don't fight it anymore. Like, you have to cry. It's healthy. Trust me. It's a good thing. It's okay to cry. Don't cry, little baby. It's okay. Just kidding. Do cry, little baby. It's okay. Anyway. So, like, yeah, like, I think it's saying, like, it's okay to be emotional. Like, you can fucking drop your guard and not act so strong all the time, right? Get in touch with your emotions. Let your emotions come out. It's okay, right? So, all right. Capricorn, that's what I got for your reading. I hope it resonates. Again, if it doesn't make sense and it doesn't apply to anything in your life, it's not your story. But again, this is a general reading, so apply it to your situation. See if it does apply. See if it makes sense. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, awesome. If you guys like this video, please hit thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Share, subscribe, do all that cool, fun stuff. Again, we would greatly appreciate it. Type a comment. Let me know what you think. I don't know. All that cool stuff. It makes my day. But stay tuned for next week, later this week. We're going to have... love reads again, all right? So, yeah, that's all I got. Anyway, catch you guys in the next video.